Lounging with the ladies. Come lounge with your girls. You're lounging with the ladies all across the world. Come lounge with the ladies and lounge with your girls. Come and take a load off and lounge with the ladies.
So, hey, ladies, how are you doing?
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
ladies. I finally made it to lounging.
Yes,
Happy New Year.
Happy
yes.
New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy
Yes.
New Year. Um, so we're here for another segment. And so what I've been thinking about that we should talk about is girl code,
Girl code.
right?
Hmm.
It's so many things out here that they say we should do, we shouldn't do to our friends, things that men shouldn't do and should do, and things like that. So I wanted to talk about this with y'all and get y'all's take on it. All
Okay.
right. What y'all think?
So what comes up for me immediately is girl code the same thing as friend code?
Yeah. So,
Right? Like, cause there's like that women thing, like, you're not gonna let nobody, you know, come out the bathroom with tissue on her shoe, or you're gonna
oh,
protect. Like, I know when I travel and I see, singular ladies, I kind of watch them a little bit more, you know,
Hmm.
that kind of thing.
oh, I
Right.
got
That's
you. I got
girl
you.
code. That's kind of what came up for me. And then it's like that friend code, which is completely different. Right.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Um, so yeah, there is a difference then, because that would
Mhm.
be the difference, right? So if we go out and we at a club somewhere and we in the bathroom and we see a lady walking out the bathroom with toilet tissue on the bottom of her shoe, or her skirt hiked up, her shirt hiked up in her skirt, like, are you gonna say something, right? That'll just be something with the ladies versus something with your friend, like a personal friend. So
Right.
yeah, so yeah, I would say yeah, there's a difference. But so tonight we're gonna be talking about the friend code.
Hmm.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
be
Thank you for that
yes,
clarity.
yes. Thank you for that question. No, I'm saying like it because I'm thinking it was but I get the difference now.
Right. Like, I will watch a drink, like, there's the girl code, where I don't know you, but I got you. Um,
Right,
and then there's that like friend code that does not ever, thou shalt not violate.
right.
Right. So what are some codes? What are some codes?
Okay, so the
Thou shalt
first
not
code,
let me come out the house looking crazy. If you my friend, tell me I look crazy.
I agree. Hold on, Trina. Go ahead. Trina, is this
No,
right?
because it's so many thoughts going in my head. So as far as friend code versus girl code, for the most part, I wholeheartedly agree with y'all. But it gets a little messy because we're all connected by like through degrees of separation. So what happens when, and I'm going to explain my situation. What happens when a friend of yours might date your ex, or you might date their ex, not knowing, or it could have been so early on in your life that you really didn't care that they, started seeing each other, but you didn't want to tell the friend because it would be
Wait,
make for
why'd you do air quotes with the friend?
because technically, because okay, so let me just explain my situation, then you'll understand. So while the woman, girl, whatever, was my friend eventually, my connection or my tie was to her man. So I used to mess with him years ago. Her and I went to junior high school together, but I didn't know her like that. Like I knew of her or whatever. We wasn't friends in school. Um, but then one day he shows up around the way with this girl. And I just laughed because I'm like, oh my God, I went to school with her. But is there really a friend code between her and I?
Are y'all friends?
No. We're friends. Well, we're not friends now, but we became friends because he was part of the clique. So he was always around and she was always around. Monique, you know what I'm talking about. Um, so what happened was I kept asking him if he told her that we used to see each other, or we used to mess around or whatever. Because we were never in a committed relationship. We used to just mess around. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her, Train. I got you. And he never told her. So when I got married, I asked her to be in my wedding, and my husband asked him to be in the wedding. Now, my husband knew that I used to deal with him because he literally kind of took me from him, so to speak. Um, but she didn't know the situation. And why it was super, super awkward for me is because, like, me and Monique's older sister are best friends from like when I was 5 and she was what, 8. Um, so like we did everything together, not to digress, but every Friday, Saturday, we used to all go to her sister's house and we'd be hanging out as couples. And the girl would be there and she would be talking all her business, but I knew it was a lie because I had already been in it. So I was like, oh man, this is awkward because I know you're lying. So I really wanted her to know, especially before I got married, because I felt like if I allowed her to participate in my wedding without knowing that there was something between him and I, even though it was like over a decade and plus
Yeah.
ago, it just made me feel super uncomfortable. So I,
Okay.
I told her. I told her. And do you know what she did? So she was not really mad at me, but she was mad at me because she said she felt like I betrayed her, and I was like, I didn't betray you. It wasn't technically my responsibility to tell you that because we weren't friends at the time. You were with him. He should have told you, right? So that's kind of where I'm going with the 6 degrees of separation because we're gonna know people that we might have been with. What if
Oh.
I'm already involved with that person and then you like, oh my God, that's my ex? Am I supposed to stop being with that person because y'all had something in the past? I don't think that's right. What I do think is right is like you specifically striking out to go after somebody that I've been with. That's different because you know that we was together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also I think, I mean, I didn't allow it to happen. Let's put it that way. Um, when people lose their significant others or spouses, sometimes the friends will come and not give you comfort in a disrespectful way, but they'll be there for you, doing stuff for you, whatever things that if it's a woman, your spouse is no longer here to do. If it's a man who lost his wife, that woman might be cooking and stuff and just being
Yeah.
there. Sometimes feelings develop between those people. Does it mean I betrayed my husband because I might have dealt with one of his friends after he's passed? That person
Mm.
stepped in and they became my protector without me inviting it. You know what I mean? Like feelings are hard. It's really hard. Like I said, I always say I'm that woman. Like I'm not gonna step to another woman about my man. If I find out my man is cheating with the woman, I'm not coming after her. The reason I'm not coming for her is because, sis, I don't know what he told you.
Yeah.
So
And
why
plus
am I
her
getting this
loyalty.
too? Right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in a relationship with him. I'm not in a relationship with you. When I will come for you is when you call me out my name and disrespect me. I'm giving you a pass because I don't know anything about like I don't know what he told you. I don't know nothing
Hmm.
about you. But if it's somebody, like I said, that they know we in a relation and they sitting there and they just plotting and waiting, gunning for
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
That's totally different. But just like, oh, because Monique used to talk to such and such 30 years
10
ago.
years
They off
ago.
limit. I don't think that.
Yes.
I don't think
Yes.
that's.
You
I,
think
If
they
I
are?
call Monique my friend, anything that she ever touched like that, if I didn't know, my bad. I didn't know. I just didn't know. Ignorance is bliss in that moment, unfortunately. Right? I really didn't know. My bad. And it's too late. I might be on some shit like it's too late. Excuse me. Excuse my language. All right.
you from New York, aren't you?
No, I'm from Connecticut.
She up north.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
knew
up
it
here,
was
right
up
next
north.
door. Right next door, Connecticut. But
Okay.
yeah, but my friends, it's not even attractive. I can't even think you're attractive, bruh. Like you can't think I would ever like you knowing you was involved with someone I labeled my friend. Now, if it's just you, I know you. I just know you. I don't owe you nothing. You ain't never been in my house. I ain't never been in your house. I don't owe you nothing. Even if I call you my friend, right? The house, you ain't never been in my house and I ain't never been in your
And
house.
that's what
Yeah,
I was
no,
gonna say.
that's
I was
different.
gonna say that house thing mattered to you. I was gonna point that out because she specifically said that. So you feel that if say like we had, you know what? I have friends that have not been to my house. When I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in my apartment for 15 years in Brooklyn. And a lot of my friends never been to my house.
But were they invited? Right? Like if they knocked on a door, would they get in? Like there are certain people who are just like work friends or like social friends. You have your you got your going out friends, but like that intimate friend,
Okay.
Yeah, that's different.
there is a difference, and that's you can't have loyalty to everybody. Like everybody, that's a lot. There is a lot of expectation there, So what came up for me when Katrina was talking, you mentioned even like the death in the friend. I've never had that experience, but I would just hope that my loved ones wish me the best moving forward always. Right? Like there's nothing old there because that's kind of, finished in a way. But moving forward, you want to be happy, and you never know what is sent in your way and what could be aligned in that way. So I don't think if you don't hold guilt, you shouldn't be guilty about not holding guilt.
But are you saying that if the person, okay, use me as an example. I mean, never let it go to that level, but I'm a widow, right? So, my husband had a lot of friends, a lot of friends, a lot of family, whatever, whatever. And I think a lot of people watched how I handled my husband through his sickness and whatever. And for men, that was a turn on. It was a turn on because I was the epitome of a ride or die chick, right? Nobody else mattered. I was there until he took his last breath. Okay. So a lot of men watch that. And I've had some like shoot they shot that was his friend. And I'm like, nah, it just was mad weird. Like, even though like what you're saying, like, okay, the person is gone, that chapter of your life is actually closed. It's never really closed. You don't ever really close that door. So it's still like, I remember once my sister-in-law said to me, and I laughed, but in retrospect, as we're talking about this, it makes a lot of sense. She's like, damn, you even respect your husband from the grave. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you're at, because I was so afraid to start my life again. Like I was cheating and, like I didn't want certain people to see me with another man or whatever, whatever. And she's like, damn, you even respect him from the grave. You know what I mean? So it never really ends.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's true.
beautiful, beautiful thing. And I'm pretty sure they was trying to shoot their shot because hello, they don't make them like you no more, baby. They don't make, so that's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I
It's
think
a
for
lot.
me though, I think for me to even be able to, if there was anything there for me, like with my husband and his friends, it would have to. I would be very careful on how I move because I can't help but my thing for me would be how close was he with that person, not Like, and so if they was like real tight, good friends, couldn't mess with you.
But
Right.
what if your husband wanted you to mess with that person?
That's kind of where I went with. So honestly, there's no right. I feel like there's just so I went with, I don't have this experience, right? Never been married or any of that. But for my definition of love, I feel like friendship starts first. So
Yep.
if that was your best friend, that may very well be my best friend too.
I don't know about that.
No,
It
I'm
depends
not
on.
saying it's right. I'm not saying
I don't know about
I
that, y'all.
I'm trying to think, like, because there was somebody that said, "Oh, I know who it was." Somebody has said to me, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I mean, it's almost a decade later, but I did look at that person like because they had those characteristics that you like. I want that, right? Travel, business person, whatever, whatever. But when they were shooting a shot, I don't know. As much as I wanted to, it just felt awkward. And he's like, your husband will want me to be with you because he know I will protect you. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds good because you want to be with.
But you know your husband better and more, and you would know whether or not he would okay that. And that to me is the determining factor. If he was taking his last
yes.
breaths or whatever, and he was like, just do whatever you got to do to make yourself happy. I don't care who you with and what you do. I just want the ultimate thing for you is to be happy. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that is my last dying wish for you. Now that's different.
Right. Like if you had his blessing, like if you knew you would have had his blessing, yes. Because even
But
when I would think of a woman who date like friends or whatever, like, right, I wouldn't go with, I don't immediately go to, oh, you was thinking about my friend when you was with me. I
right,
don't immediately go there. I think that
right.
this
Right.
just didn't work out and you think shorty or dude is good for you. Like it doesn't immediately equate for me. You was in your head already romantically involved with the friend or the close
But that's what people
associate.
people think like that. People will
Right.
Mm-hmm.
think like that. You turn up a year later with one of your ex-husband's friends, they're gonna run with that all through their head.
Yep.
Oh, they
Even
was
Yep.
if you
seeing
about to
each
break
other
up
when
with
my man was
somebody though.
alive.
You could be
Huh?
breaking up with somebody and then you go move on fast and they think you was dealing with this person the whole time. It
Yeah.
just that's just the way that goes. You really can't
But
even.
it depends. And the reason why I say it depends is because, like, how fast are you gonna move on with somebody?
Very fast. I'm getting the fuck on. Excuse my language.
Really? Okay, so I had a neighbor, right? Her and her baby father, they wasn't getting along or whatever. She was sweet, whatever, whatever. So one day, me and my husband was in the house and we could hear all this yelling and screaming. So me being me, nosy, right? I took the glasses up to the wall so I could hear, right? And and they were having a whole full argument, like they were breaking up, right? She was like, "Just get out, whatever." So the very next, he got out. The very next day, new dude was moving in. So you can't tell me that her and the new guy wasn't already seeing each other.
That's
Yeah.
different. If he changing
Yeah.
a lot, yeah, he was in the picture for a week or so.
Right.
She said,
Right.
"Oh."
Right. Because that was just way too soon. Like,
Right. I was like, damn. It was so bad. My husband wouldn't even speak to the new guy. Like he want no part to him because of friendship, loyalty or whatever. He was friends with the baby
Other
father.
guy. I am a firm believer in
oh,
do not
Not
get new
like
guys.
best friends, but neighborly.
Oh yeah, right. There's a difference, right?
Hmm. It is.
yeah.
Know where you lie in people's lives. Because just because
Right.
I think you're a friend, you might think I'm an associate. Just because I won't do this to you, don't mean you won't do it to me. We gotta stop
Exactly.
looking for ourselves and other people.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
It doesn't
That's
work that
true.
Definitely.
way.
That's
Wow.
But that
that's
friendship
true.
thing is very, very real. If you talk to a person, if I would tell if I was dealing with a guy and I thought that they were in the same circle, I would talk to like, hey, I was dealing with such and such, just so if because that's a conversation y'all need to have. I still feel like I don't owe you nothing, like really,
right?
Like people get mad because y'all share the same corner store. For me personally, I think that's too close. If I break up with you and you start dealing with somebody that goes to the same corner store as me, that's too close. She's not even my friend,
but she around the way.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Oh my God.
Can I say, like, is there any loyalty there? Like, what if she just happened to live in the area or?
So I think it depends on the caliber of relationship too. Like if you knew that was my husband, or you knew I would run you over.
Yeah, but
over him,
do you know her? Would you know the girl? Do you know the girl?
it don't matter. Y'all know
Why
we
would
went to
she
this
even
corner
think
store together.
anything about
Y'all
that?
knew we was in Walmart together. You knew.
But what, are
Wow.
y'all married? Are y'all married?
In spirit.
See?
No.
No.
Let me tell you
No.
something that your mother told me when I was young. She said to us, and it stuck with me my entire. Even my mom, she said it kind of to my mom once. If they didn't put a ring on your finger, you're still single.
Ooh, let's talk about it. Are you though?
Yes, you
Why?
are. If didn't put a ring on your finger, you're still considered single. I'm not
Yes.
married.
On your taxes, yeah, you're single. But if I'm in a relationship with you, married or not, I'm in a.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm single until I become Mrs. again.
So what does that mean?
That means I'm not like I'm
Is
not
your
saying I'm
mate
not.
single?
Yeah, he could be single.
Do you tell them that? Do you say,
I
hey, I'm
absolutely
single,
do.
right?
I absolutely do.
Okay. As long as they know, as long as
But
he
they
or
don't
she knows.
accept it. He doesn't accept it. But I'm like, I'm not married.
I'm single until I say I'm committed to you.
And
Does
I
it
don't
have to be
necessarily
marriage?
need a ring.
Right. Does it have to be marriage for there to be a commitment?
Trina's saying, yeah.
Marriage
I'm
is a
saying,
game, if you ask me.
So is every relationship. Speaking of which, let me ask y'all a question. I literally just posted this on TikTok. I was sitting there having a conversation with my boyfriend. And I said, because I'm writing my next book, right?
You got a boyfriend, but you single though.
right,
Yeah.
right. What's the
My
title? Like,
my companion.
okay, okay.
Um, and I said to him, is it possible? It doesn't matter how it's set up, man, woman, 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 man, man, whatever. If you're in a situationship for a number of years, let's use 7,
It's a
is
long
it
time.
possible that y'all don't have love for each other? Is that even possible?
Yes, it's possible. You could be in a loveless relationship.
How?
You could be in a loveless relationship. That's a fact.
Wait, are we talking about loving somebody or being in love with somebody? Trina, you
I'm
mean just like
saying,
love, any type of love, period? Like
yeah,
caring for
because y'all
yourself?
in a situationship, y'all
Good sex make a bad
sharing.
relationship last longer than it needs to be.
That's true.
But
That's
I'm
true.
just, but
Yeah,
Assets
but
so you,
make a bad
so if y'all
relationship last longer
so
than
if
it
y'all
needs to be. Assets will keep you in some stuff you don't want to be in. You
right,
know?
so you still got some sort of connection if you still sleeping together. So you
She said
still got to
love.
have something.
She
that's
said,
what
can
I'm
you be in a
saying.
relationship and not be in love? Absolutely.
Not in love, just having any kind of feelings, love, in love, you know,
Like,
without being officially committed. Like this is the person that you might be doing your thing with, but y'all not owning each other. Y'all not a couple.
Yes, people have commitment issues all around the world.
But can you be in a commitment without having any feelings for a person?
I don't see it.
I don't see that. Yeah, you're not committed to something you don't feel for and nothing. You got to have some type of feeling for it to commit to it.
something. You gotta feel something.
But what is technically commitment? So like, if you have two people that's in a situationship,
it's whatever y'all rules y'all come up with.
Right. But what if y'all don't come up with no rules?
Y'all gotta come up with some type of standard because you're in a situationship. So how are y'all defining that, right? Like, are we in a monogamous situation, right? Like,
that's a good point.
I mean, you can start there. Like, are we overnighting it? So I know some people who don't even spend a night, right? Like, and I'd be like, what?
So what does that mean?
What does what mean?
If you overnight it.
So for me, you're not gonna like we're not about to just situationship and then you leave. Like, I want the whole experience. I want, even like my time together, even if we're not in a committed relationship, for that night we're in a committed situation. You know, it's not going to be that, whatever that is, right? Like, you could go about your business and we can go about our lives, but for the time being, the presence needs to be present for sure, you know, at baseline. And at baseline, we need to be in the same situation together and have that respect at
that moment, right?
Yeah, at minimum. That's like baseline. Everything's a contract. Because your definition needs to just align with their definition, and then we got some good stuff going on.
Okay.
Right. Whatever. And that's why I'm curious to know if Trina, if your boyfriend know that you're still open to the world. And if he's that, right? He knows that, you know that. So if he stepped out, it would be okay. I don't think so. But I'm gonna let you.
I said I'm single.
Oh.
No. I just don't like the commitment thing. I don't like.
You the one that have the commitment issue. See? Yep. I know it's somebody got commitment issues.
Or being married would end that for you. Then your commitment is okay at that point. Like, I'm married, I'm locked in.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I don't know. It's like, I definitely want to get married again. Totally. I think I'm a better wife than I am a girlfriend. Because I don't like the dating thing. I really don't. I think it's everybody is fake and phony. I'm not saying that you can't be in a marriage and that person is fake and phony, but the likelihood of, the fact that you taking your time to take on somebody's name and all of that kind of stuff, like, I don't know. I just don't like the boyfriend girlfriend thing for too long. I think I'm too old for that crap.
What's your baseline? Like you'll date somebody for how long before it's like, if we not getting married, it's over?
To be honest, I can't answer that question because I'm still in that space where I feel like at certain times I'm cheating on my late husband. So I can't really answer that question. Like, as much as I say I want to be married again, I don't even know if I'll be able to do that. I don't even know.
What do you think marriage brings that just a committed relationship won't?
To me, that's the ultimate commitment. You're committing your life to me.
What?
I mean, you can't get no ultimate than to get married, because that's
right. The husbands and the wives ain't about nothing these days.
Yeah, that's true too.
These days, it's real. Commitment is as you define it.
Well, this is gonna probably turn the whole call in a different way, but hey, that's me. Controversial. So I have this thing, and it's gonna sound crazy because I know I probably would not be accepting of it, so to speak. But I think that if everybody accepted the fact that men are cheaters, like by nature, it's natural, then I think relationships will be a little bit better.
But we can't cheat. We can't by nature
nature. It's not something that women historically did. Look at the animal kingdom.
Historically, Oh, you going so far back that we wasn't even alive. Like, what history?
I said the animals. Look at animals, right? You have what is it? Elephants. They have more than one wife, one mate. Lions, more than one mate. They follow and the women know their place. Like, it's we all together. It's community.
So there are cultures who believe in having more than one wife, but with that belief comes a standard, and there comes rules, and there comes a process, and there is a hierarchy that's respected and never neglected, right? But we are in the United States of America, and
yeah, but it's going on here. You have people in certain states that practice polygamy.
Right.
Yeah. And so certain, because, we are the melting pot, it's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different practices still going on here. However, back to your statement about men being cheaters and women historically not being cheaters, women cheat just as bad as men.
No, we cheat better. We cheat better.
Cheat better than men also, but we cheat just as bad as men.
I had this conversation today, and I said when women cheat, they're cheating because they don't love their guy. But when guys cheat, they still love their woman. It's crazy.
So they say.
No, I think they do. So just to piggyback off of that, women do cheat for a reason. Like, where something is missing. We've cried out to you about something. Somebody is giving or showing us, and I don't mean materialistic. They're feeling some kind of void.
The sex is better. Tell them.
It's not always the sex. How many? You've never had a work husband?
Yeah, and yeah. Don't do
that.
Don't do that, Katrina. Don't.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's something that's missing, and that person. It could be something so stupid. They notice your hairdo every week or something. Then you're gonna catch feelings for that person. So, but a man is cheating because opportunity, space and opportunity. I like what I see. I got the opportunity to do it. I'm gonna do it if I know I could get away with it. And what about those men that get cheat? Like, they cheat with the same person and get caught. What does that mean?
It means that the woman stayed with them enough times to get caught. Let's talk about the woman in the situation. No.
What do you mean?
Because women stick by that, right? We will stay with disrespect and then complain about it. And the only reason why they do it is because they can. I don't have a lot of experience being cheated on. Not because I feel like, but that's just not, it's zero tolerance for a third party. We got our own problems as two people.
It's definitely zero tolerance if we didn't agree on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're not in a polygamous situation. So if I'm not gonna, unless we're inviting, because I'm what's good for you is good for me. You don't want to play with me like that.
Okay, but to your previous point, you said men cheat. Wait, you said women?
I don't think all men cheat, by the way. I want to say I don't think all men cheat.
Me either.
I don't think once a cheater.
But I think you guys think like cheating is just like sex. It's not. Anything a person does that they don't tell you and you're in a relationship with them, that is cheating. Mental, emotional, physical, it's all cheating. Why aren't you telling me that?
I don't know about what I don't know.
Well, if you have a work husband and y'all chat during lunch and different things, that's cheating.
Yeah.
No. If your spouse or significant other, you bring up, oh yeah, I was with Greg at lunch. Oh yeah, what y'all was talking about, and you're like, what? Like, why do you want to? What is the secret? If it was
why are you secreting? What were y'all talking about?
Oh yeah, that's a problem. That's
my point. So the fact that you're being secretive means that you're doing something that
it's a little more than you just going to lunch with Greg.
That's my point.
It's not a problem until it's a problem.
Right.
But what I'm asking is, if let's just say there's a man and he's in a relationship and he's in a situationship, right? And he cheats and he gets busted multiple times with the same situationship. First question is, if he got busted once, why? And like you don't want to mess up your relationship. Why would you continue to cheat with that person? That's question one.
I
Question
think it's
two.
what Billy said. Like the woman is allowing it. At this point, it's not about what he's doing. It's the fact that he got cheated. He cheated and he got caught, and she allowed it multiple times after that. He allowed that. It's not his fault. He's
I'm a
doing what he.
situationship. I know you got a girl. You'll catch us. So what? Right?
Right.
I'm just saying. I knew about you. You didn't know about me. Now you know about me. What you gonna do
Right.
about me?
Right.
Right?
You're gonna stay in there and you're gonna continue to be cheated on because at this point you know. So now it's every time he out the house. I know you was cheating. Yeah. Like
You know I'm a cheater.
was what you are allowing him to do.
Women need to take more accountability for the things that they go through. How did
That
I
is true.
contribute to what it is that I am going through? I know women who stay with the same man for multiple reasons, because they want to stay with their children's father, because they don't want to have multiple children's fathers, because they don't want to move forward. The older we get, the harder it is to date, all of those things. And so no one feels bad for the bad, because the guy doesn't change, right? Like it doesn't just change. You're looking for some type of saving grace or some type of what are you? I don't know what they're like.
So
but they have the reason. They have their reason, and the reasons are valid. Whatever your reasons are, make sure they're strong enough to withstand the bullshit.
Right.
But isn't that insanity?
It's whatever you call it. It could be. I got all my kids got one daddy. It could be.
And some
I'm with the
people
same
value
man
that.
for 10 years. I got 10 years.
And with some women, it's what you value. It's what you value as a person.
He take care of me. He pay all the bills. It could be there are reasons, there's no right or wrong reason. It from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, you're suffering. But from the inside, it's like, but I'm accomplishing my goal, which is to keep my family together, or to keep the roof over this, whatever, however.
That's sad.
It do be.
I mean, for me, especially now that I'm older, I can't say that I would have tolerated it before, but me, now that I'm older, you got one time for me to catch you in the act, for me to not assume, but I know I would have to have some substantiated proof to say I'm done, but I'm not. That's something I'm not going to allow myself to get into. I'm not going to keep giving you chances. I do believe that everybody can change. I do believe that, but I'm not going to give you that time and space. I'm getting older now. I don't have 5 years to work with you. Like, if you don't know how to be in a monogamous relationship with me, then I'm done. I'm out. I'm so far gone.
And that circles back to even that friendship thing, right? Like, if you don't know how to be a friend to me, if I can't trust you with my eyes closed, like if I even think second that you even trying to, do your little siren call to somebody I even like,
I'm done.
I think people use the word friend so loosely.
Yeah.
So loosely, like, because a lot of times, like, a real friend is really gonna have your back no matter what. No matter what. If I don't talk to you for a whole year, when I do talk to you, it should be like I just talked to you yesterday. That's a real friend.
That's how you know a real friend. When you could pick up from a conversation that you had, like you said, years ago, and when y'all pick up the phone and finally do speak, it's like y'all never even speaking.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like that's a true friend. And you know what? A lot throughout my life, thought a lot of people were my friends. And I sat down and I disclosed so much of my personal business to them. And I mean, years of friendship, to turn around and find out that they really didn't care about me like that. So now it makes me so guarded with how I go about with people from that, from this point forward, because of how trusting I was and how much I loved my friends, but that wasn't being reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna get a you out of other people. You just gotta hope that the them and them is your standard. As we become more aware of what's in our favor, right? Like it doesn't have to be like a thing. It just has to be favorable. It has to feel good. It has to be energetically uplifting for it to even be considered a space that I'd even go to.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and then the friendship is just like, by definition, mutual respect. And if you need my hand and I can help and give it to you, I'm gonna give it to you by just nature. We can't allow the bad experience that we've had to even guard us to the point where we're not even extending our hand. Or
I mean, I'll extend my hand, but I'm gonna extend it but so much. That's just me, and I'm just being honest. I'm just gonna extend it but so much because I don't want it to be. I don't want a finger to be chopped off.
Period. Yeah, for sure. And they out here. They in these streets.
Just like I'm side-eyeing you if we leave and we go out and something on me is looking raggedy and you don't say nothing about it. I'm side-eyeing you.
Can we talk about that?
But
Can we talk about it for a second? All right. So, all right. How do you tell your friend that her outfit that she think is fire ain't right?
I feel like you should just be honest. Like everything is all about delivery.
How do you deliver? Tell me, give me an example. She come out the bathroom, she like
I'll be like, well, you wearing that? And then when she say yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, whatever the thing is, like it make your butt like it's hiking up the back in your butt. Like I'm gonna tell you, because at the end of the day, if we're going out, you're in my clique. So now you looking crazy, you gonna make me look crazy.
Okay, Monique, you go ahead. How you gonna tell you?
So she walk out the bathroom and she's like, "Oh, she thinks she looking fly." I would just be like, and it might look nice, right? It might look nice. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna say what looks nice, right? And then I'm gonna say what doesn't look nice. And like Trina said, be more specific on it. Like it makes your butt look wide and flat, right?
Nah, but what if it's just trash? Her style was trash. Like it's
nothing I can do about her style. But if these particular outfits don't look good on her at all, like I'm gonna say it, like whatever it is, like plus there's something nice about it. So for me, I want to pick out what's nice about it first. And then I'll say what I don't agree with. And my thing is, both sides. If you choose to wear it, you like it, I love it. But you're not gonna later on look in no picture and be like, what was I thinking? And Billy let me walk out the house like that.
Okay, so I had that recently happen, and she was dead ass, like she thought she was fire. And so it's really hard to bust a bubble like that when it's really, really hard. So we took some pictures, and then I'm like, damn, y'all. So I was telling my sister, I was like, do y'all really think she thinks she look good? Like, I don't want to post this picture. And she'd be like, because I personally, so this taught me to say, hey, I've seen you do better. That's kind of what came from me, because I had to practice how I'm going to tell my friends I don't want to do that no more. Not that I didn't think she looked beautiful. I just know that she could do better.
Like I could have said that don't really compliment you. You know what I mean?
So now I have my own style that my people don't like. I always got a collar on. I always like a secretary or a hippie. I don't really have nothing in between. So my friends always like, oh my God, you're oversized, you're biggie, you're baggy. And I'm like, can't tell me nothing about this blazer. And
see, that's your style. And I feel like I'm not stylish, really not stylish. Like I go with the basics. Sometimes I step out my comfort zone. So I don't feel like I'm at liberty to tell nobody about their style of dress. Right. Now I know whether or not something looks good on you. It complements certain body parts. Now that I do know. And if I took a picture and I see you looking busted in the photo and whatever, like I won't post that photo, right? Or if we're leaving the house and I see something ain't right, say something ain't right.
That's a hater friend. That is a violation of girl code, by the way. I'm sorry. I just want to put that out there. If your friends post your photo knowing you look crazy, girl code violation. Okay, keep going.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Because all they care about, they look at that picture, the first person they look at is themselves. And if they look good in that picture, they posting it. And they don't care what you looking like.
Preach on it, honey.
Right? But I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, like it's not in me. I don't care. Let me tell you something. Even if I went with you, Billy, with one of your friends that I don't know, and something is off, you know, like it's weird looking. Maybe her makeup is smeared. I won't say nothing about her clothes because I don't know her like that. But you know, like I can see maybe she was trying to get a middle ponytail and maybe it was off, or like I would say something. I would say something because I'm serious. I don't want you going outside looking like a clown.
So I would say something if something that you intended was off, like if your bra strap was showing or your zipper wasn't zipped. But if you really think you fired, you really think you that za.
I mean, and that's your good friend?
It's really hard. It's really hard because they seen themselves in the mirror before they.
Oh, clearly they're seeing themselves, but they clearly think that they look fire.
Yes. So, you know, I come out the room and be like, how I look, because that means I don't really know. But if I come out the house like, yeah, that's the one. And then you be like, nah, that ain't it.
Nah, son, that's the two. That ain't the one.
It's hard.
This is it. Hell no, this is the one. Right? Like,
I don't know.
It's hard. That's a hard one.
But I mean, it's hard to deliver the message, but I still think it's a message that needs to be delivered because.
And I think it'll.
Yeah, no, because you know, I think the friend they might feel a way when you first tell them like they embarrassed because they, you know, they think that they look like they the shit, but then you like and Monique, you know, you be like
That was me. Let me tell you something about me back in the day, right? Back in the day, I had no filter. Even if people didn't ask me, I would say it. and it's the way that I said it. Ooh. So it was definitely
and her facial expression.
And I still have a mean facial expression too, but I know how to say things differently now. My face is a little less expressive. My tone is more softer and more nicer. Like I'm not as blunt and as whatever word you want to call it, like I used to be back in the day, right? I've just learned and I've grown.
You're kinder.
Yeah. and I definitely, but you know what? My kindness gets me in trouble too sometimes. So I think it also depends on the type of a relationship I have with that person. If that person is cool or not, you know, like I said, if I'm out with you, Billy, and I see your friend act like you, right? She mad cool. She's so open. She's just so loving. You say something to her, she be like, really, sis? Like if I see that from her, say something to her. But if not, I would probably tread real lightly because, you know, some people like they be on themselves like, I'm looking good, I'm looking black. Right. And they like, she hating on me. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You're so
I think it depends. I think it really depends on the person for me.
You are accurate, honey. You have hit it on the nail. Because you don't want to come off like, you know, I know everyone has their individual style.
Right.
You know, and it's very hard when you're feeling confident to bust that for the night, especially when they're settled on that outfit. They are settled. So you don't want to be like that, girl. And then now they gotta walk with that message. I don't want to be the message you walk with. If you're asking me my opinion and we're in opinion stages, I'm gonna be like, no, cute, no. But if you like, yes, you like it, baby. All right, I guess that's the one because, honey.
I think if it was it depends on how close I would be to that person. So if it's somebody that I'm close to, then I'm gonna just tell you flat out. If it's somebody that I really don't know, but I'm gonna keep looking at you, and then if you ask my opinion, then I'm gonna tell you. I
But what you
I
mean
really
you're gonna
don't.
keep looking at them? What does that mean?
To make you uncomfortable to ask me,
That's
like,
rude.
God,
You the
no,
friend?
Trina.
I'm
Katrina the
sorry.
friend. She the friend
Well,
that
what?
think that nobody like her. She don't like me. Your friend don't like me. Oh no, your friend don't. She don't like me.
Wait a minute. She keep looking at me. Why she keep looking at me?
Because I want you to be uncomfortable so you could be like, what? And I'll be like, oh no, that I was just looking because your skirt was like twisted looking or something, fix your skirt.
Baby,
Oh,
You know.
hell.
it's crazy, these streets.
Well, we coming up on our hour, y'all. I
Already?
think, yeah. It's like this is why we do this, right? We come together, we chat, time fly, we having fun. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get hate mail now because I said men cheat.
Why?
I'm gonna lose.
Sorry.
Look, I'm gonna lose my TikTok followers because
Now
I
you're gonna
said
have to
men cheat.
explain why you feel like all men cheat.
I think it's. I think it's a natural instinct.
So
I really do.
instinctively, you feel like when you get into a relationship, that man's gonna cheat on you.
Yeah. And to my knowledge, I've only had one man cheat on me. I always said up till my husband died, I'd be like, I know you cheated on me. He was like, I did not cheat on you. I'm like, yeah, we've been together over 20 years. You can't tell me that you didn't step out one time.
Is that is that a message that you want to change?
No, I don't want them to cheat on me. But
is that a message that you want to like not think like you don't like do you not want to think that all men cheat?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Monique's a life coach. She could hold you down. She could hold you down. She could hold you down.
No,
With
she
that. She could
can't.
shift that mindset because that's what she
Billy,
does.
so are you. You are too.
She's gonna shift that mindset from all men cheat to my man would never cheat on me. Why?
Well,
When you
that's
Oh
come
no,
my
out
I
that
would
version.
session,
never say that.
yes, when
Ever.
you meet with her.
No, oh no, I will never say that. Let me tell you why. How many minutes we got?
Well, what do you want to say? What is the message that you want to say?
Men are deceptive. I'm sorry.
That's
I was
what
with somebody for almost 2 years. And dude was about to move in with me. Only to find out you got a whole wife living
That
10
man
minutes
was
away from me.
deceptive. That particular man was deceptive. Absolutely 100%.
No, no.
why you keep getting
women
these
are
deceptive
deceptive.
men. Why you keep
Women
getting
are
all these
deceptive.
huh?
I'm saying like women are deceptive. Women are
Women are
cheaters.
hella deceptive. And
Women
I
ain't
want to know
shit.
with Trina, really, with Trina, why you keep getting these deceptive men?
Ooh. Ooh.
So that's a good question, right? My therapist asked me, it's a similar question to that. She said, oh God, why? Because a lot of my relationships, I was the other woman, and then I became the woman. And she was like, how many relationships have you been in where you was number one the whole time? And I had to sit and think, and I was like, I think one. And my sister-in-law said, not even that one, sis. Because
That
I
says a
found out that
lot.
he had a whole wife, right?
That says
So
a lot.
she said, why do you feel that you deserve to be number two and not number one? I said, I never looked at it like that. I never ever looked at it like that. Honestly, I looked at it um like I had it because I'm able to make you change your mindset. And now you done shifted your whole life to me. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. I didn't look at it like, okay, I only thought of myself as being second best when I know I'm not. I know
So
I'm
you
number
know
one.
what? So you know what that says to me? That's where the deception comes from, and you think that all men are deceptive because you've been that other woman for just
Right.
about every relationship of yours, and you know that they've been cheating and they're liars, and so that's why you think that you haven't been. Well, you have been,
I have been,
but for the majority, you've been this other woman, so that's why you feel that they are all deceptive, but they're not. Mm.
They are only deceptive to the people that they can be deceptive to.
Right. And I mean, and it goes back to you again, like you allow this. How much of this do you allow? So after a
but what
while,
if you don't allow it? What if they
Because if
are
you
so
don't
good
know,
at it?
what you don't know won't hurt you. So I
right.
don't know what I don't know. So if you deceived me and I don't know that you deceived me, then deception wins, right? Like,
Okay, but it doesn't that mean that he's still a cheater?
no, I don't know anything about that life. I have
How
nothing.
So
would
it's
you
only
know?
cheating when I know.
Well, I don't know what I don't know.
Well, so if you've never caught him or found anything or saw anything, had an inclination about anything, had an intuition that you followed up on, how can you accuse them of cheating?
No, I'm not accusing him, but he's still a cheater, is what I'm
Why?
saying.
Why?
Oh,
Because he's in a relationship with me and you are sneaking behind my back with somebody else unbeknownst to me. So until
Did
are
you
y'all
think
saying
that he was
until
going to
I
be
find
committed to you? You weren't his girlfriend.
no. If I'm saying if I'm in a
oh,
relationship with somebody, right? And
oh.
they cheat on me, right? Y'all are saying that it's not cheating if I don't know that he stepped out on me with somebody else.
If he cheated and you knew, he's a cheater.
But if I don't know, then he's not a cheater.
If you don't know, how do you know? If you
But
don't
I'm
know he
speaking of
cheated,
his
how do you know he
character.
cheated?
I'm saying of his character.
His character.
Meaning
Wait.
if I don't know whether I know you cheated or not, you're making me think that I'm the only one. But
So you
meanwhile,
have no reason to think he's cheating. You think you're the only
right,
one.
right, but you're actually cheating on me
You
because
don't
you're
know
with somebody else.
You found that out though?
No, I'm just using it as an example.
No, but I'm saying you think you're his only one. He's proven to you, he's showing you that you're his only one.
But I'm
What?
really not.
How though? What do you have to say that?
I'm saying I'm saying even if I don't know, like I'm oblivious to it. But he's doing it. I just haven't caught him yet.
Who
So are
told
Oh,
you
so
y'all
then
that?
you
saying
can't accuse. How can you accuse him of being a cheater if you have not caught him doing it?
I'm not
After
saying me
that,
accused. I'm just saying his actions are those of a cheater. Whether
No,
what?
I
he
know or
said
not.
he said that you were the only one. You said that
Yes.
you felt like the only one. His actions say that you're the only one.
So after you catch him, that's different. Yeah, he's a cheat and he's been cheating, but
So until she finds out, that means that he's good. He could
There's
cheat.
nothing on the table until there's something on the table.
Okay, I don't follow. I don't follow. I'm
You know
sorry.
about okay, so let me ask you, I want clarifying questions. If you have no proof that a man cheated on you, you're still saying he's a cheater.
I'm not. I can't explain it. I'm not saying he's a cheater, but he has cheater tendencies. Okay, I'm sorry.
no, I said we got time.
Oh, I'm not saying that he is an actual cheater, but he has cheater tendencies
Really, you
or
on mute.
instinct.
Really, you on mute.
Okay, he has cheater tendencies because he's a guy, period. Man, cheater. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Because that period, all men cheat.
It could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be physical, verbal.
Verbal cheating?
If you saying something inappropriate to somebody else, that's not cheating.
There's only one cheating that I acknowledge.
It's sex.
What's that?
If
Do you
you are
know?
intimate with another female, you are cheating on me. If you go to like and romantic too, you can have a romantic connection, but that only leads to the intimate connection, which you know, that he's out the door. So I don't consider, I think men can have female friends. I'm not the jealous, insecure type. Like, I really don't think the worst. I am so gullible in that way. I'm like naive, call it what you want to call it. I hope for the best and I plan for the best. If you freak up, baby. You done messed up, because I ain't do that. You know, I created a space where it's abundantly nothing but love over here. So if you go against that, it's done. Zero tolerance. But I don't ever think that. No, hell no. My man ain't cheating on me, baby. No. That's not something I put.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they never gonna cheat. I'm never gonna say never, but I'm definitely not. I mean, and I will go into a relationship with a side eye, but that's any type of friendship I go into. Friendship, it don't matter. I'm going into this relationship with a side eye, but I'm not going to be accusatory of things. I'm not going to put a label on this person without proof. Like, I'm not going to do that regardless.
So maybe it is what you said in reference to, because I've dealt with cheaters that I've watched everything that they've done. And it's like, yeah. But I know like women do it too.
Yeah, a lot.
We ain't nothing. I say women ain't nothing. That has been my message for years. I even told a guy if I was him, I wouldn't trust me. Wow. And guess what he did? Trusted me anyway. And guess what happened?
What happened?
You cheated?
Oh my God. See? No.
But you warned them, right?
You know, I mean, I just feel like you know, you only do to people what people allow you to do to them, because you only really have one time to do it. And they even may give you a second chance. They may even say, you know what, I'm gonna give you that pass. But that second time, it's really, you already know, like, you know, it's already set the tone that I'm gonna lose this friendship or this bond or this connection if I violate in this particular way. That's like a thief, a liar, anything. Like, if they do it once, you might be like, I'm gonna squint my eyes at you every single time. But if they do it again, sever ties, you know?
You got one time. Because for me, I'm gonna get everything that I need before I say it's over. So if I have any type of speculation, if I seen something, if I heard something, if I saw something, it's something I'm going to be watching. Because when I sever that tie, it's going to be proof. And it's not going to be a second chance.
Right. But those beliefs, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should talk to Monique about that, because that's something that only limits you in your abundance, right? Because you are deserving of love, and you are deserving of the number one spot, and you are deserving of everything amazing that comes with love. And you should do nothing but require that. And that's something that that shift in the message from all men cheat to my man doesn't cheat, right? Like, there's a thing there, and you should definitely just talk that out, because there's power in that conversation. And so I would definitely encourage you just to have that conversation, so that moving forward, zero tolerance for anything that's not of what you want, what you
deserve, and
of what you deserve. Of what you deserve, right? Like, but some people don't even want what they deserve. Some people just don't even want what they deserve, right? Like, we have this vision with no action steps, or there's no alignment there. But if you definitely,
they may know what they deserve, but don't feel worthy of it. Like, it's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
So
mentally.
much. Yeah, it's a lot. It's so much that you would have to dig down into, but it's worth it. If it's going to ultimately give you, you know, your confidence and think, you know, what you need for yourself, it's worth doing.
Yeah, it's worth the conversation. Even like how not all men abuse women, not all men are predators, not all men are, but if that's their experience, like, not all females are money hungry, not all females are gold diggers, but if that's your experience,
that's what you're gonna think.
Right.
You're gonna think. Yeah. And so you just have to want someone. That message needs to change. Like, I want someone who's gonna just rock and roll with me. And therefore, you ain't gonna take nobody who ain't rocking and rolling with you.
That's true. That is very true.
You ain't the one for me. Sorry. Next.
That's it.
Right?
I'd rather be by myself than
Because it's
to
not
be
attractive. Because it's not in alignment. So it's not even attractive.
Mm-hmm.
right,
You know?
right. Mm-mm. You ain't
I
worth
love
a
talking to
second
y'all.
chance with me. But so I guess basically to wrap it up, we're gonna have these monthly. I hope y'all are available next month. Trina, I sent out the invitation to you. Billy, I gotta send it to you. Um, the next one that we have is February. Oh, I said the second Sunday of every month. So the next one is
Okay.
going to be February 12th.
February 12th. Okay. I'm available.
So put in your calendar for 7 o'clock on February 12th.
Sunday. Well, you said what time? 7?
7.
What's
That's gonna be the
and then the next one is in March.
yeah. The next one will be
Okay.
the second Sunday in March, which is March 12th as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Loungin.
So I
This
thank
was a good
y'all
one,
for
y'all.
showing up. Yes, I
This is a
think
good
we
one.
had a
No
great
problem.
conversation.
Yes. I look forward to the next one, guys.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
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 Lounging with the ladies. Come lounge with your girls. You're lounging with the ladies all across the world. Come lounge with the ladies and lounge with your girls. Come and take a load off and lounge with the ladies.